Hello, Original Soul. Welcome in, welcome back. Thank you for being here for this Cancer season reading. All right, so we're just at the start of Cancer season, so let's jump into these cards. We'll do a Celtic cross, got half of it out, so let's see what we got here coming into the reading. Four of Swords. All right, have you been taking good care of yourself and resting? This could be meditating, even getting some information or insight during your dreams. For some of you, I'm getting a little bit of maybe mini anxiety or a little bit of worry here as well. So trying to set that down and rest, get grounded, lighting some candles and some things like that. All right, at the base of the reading, at your root, this could be about burdens or feeling like maybe you just have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of different things that you have to take care of. And then at the top of the reading is the Fool, a new beginning. Kind of wanting to start something new, do something fresh, take a chance. Maybe a little bit of fear there, or again, this burden, responsibility might be weighing you down. And maybe it's a good idea to take a closer look and just see, are these actually things that you and only you can handle and do? Sometimes we tend to take on things for other people that we don't necessarily have to. So notice if there's anything you could set down. And maybe you have started to do that with this rest card coming in. Just also noticing too if you have been a little bit down or lacking of energy, especially if, again, there's been a lot you've had to do, a lot you've had to take care of, that's coming through pretty strong. All right, but at the heart of the reading, and then what's either helping or crossing you, we got two Knights out here. So maybe you have two different offers going on. This could be two different people or opportunities coming towards you. But at the heart of the reading is the Knight of Pentacles. This could be about your career or work. This could be something that is stable and secure. Something that maybe you know is really practical, long-lasting. We might clarify these, but you could, maybe you're even getting some sort of promotion at work or something like that, right? Like you've put some time into whatever this is. But maybe there is something that you're wanting or wishing for a little bit more, especially with the Fool. The Fool's just kind of peeking down, kind of down at that Knight there. And then what's crossing the Knight, this is a heartfelt offer. Again, this could be your own internal desires of maybe staying at a job you've had for a long time. Maybe they make you, again, you get a good raise, or they give you a promotion, or do something, and you know the ropes, you know what it's like, right, that is stable and that will be perfectly okay. But then there might be this other offer that comes through. And this could be an internal spark or inspiration, some insight from your spirit guides, right? Just some direction that either you want to move, or this could be, again, a different opportunity coming towards you. This could be two different people, right? One could be a work opportunity, one could be a relationship opportunity. Right? Maybe one has you kind of needing to move or go in a different direction. One maybe fills you up. Right, but it might be a little bit more uncertain, or feel, I don't want to use the word unstable, but things can feel that way when we don't know the outcome, when we don't know what to expect, or we don't know exactly the path. Right, so I'm getting with the Knight of Pentacles, that would definitely be a safe path, a safe option. It's very practical, steadfast. But with this Knight of Pentacles, that might bring in, or Knight of Cups, excuse me, that's bringing in even maybe a little bit more mystery. So maybe we'll get some clarification on those two But before we do that, kind of coming into the future, moving forward, Page of Wands. All right, so this might be you, or it could be sort of either a third, either person or just someone in your life, maybe that is adding a little bit of defiance, right? Either you're kind of standing up for yourself and moving forward in a way that feels kind of exciting and maybe passionate, or this could be a little bit of kind of a block, or right, someone, again, defiance. Think of like, you know, maybe a teenager, you know, not wanting to listen to what you say, or just something like that. It could bring out a little bit of either aggression or a little bit of that anger out of somebody. All right, so let's get a little bit of clarification with these. Actually, I'm going to use, using wizards and witches today, and then we'll add a few more going up the path here. But let's just see with these two knights what's going on. If I can get my hands around this card. Okay. Difficult shuffle. So this could be either a difficult choice. If this is two different people coming towards you, maybe you're dating two different people, or again, going after kind of two different career paths. This could even be different friends or something like that. All right, so maybe there is some combativeness and stubbornness, again, either internally or between these two opportunities here. All right, so let's get a little more with this Knight of Pentacles. What is this about during Cancer season? Let's see. All right, so Three of Cups. So this could be an offer from a friend, maybe a friend turning into something a little bit more, or again, this is a reason to celebrate. Again, maybe you did get a raise. You did get a promotion. There is something that's brought in a little more abundance, maybe what you see as like a raise in status, you know, or job title, something like that. All right, so definitely, you know, a good offer, a good opportunity. It will bring about some celebration. It will bring joy. All right, let's see. Let's get one, though, with this Knight of Cups and see what the Knight of Cups is all about here. Oh, we got two there. All right, so Wheel of Fortune popped out. This could be something that is a little bit more destined. The Empress at the bottom there, and the Emperor. Okay, so we might take all three of those. So this Knight of Cups, maybe you do or do not know this person. I'm not really sure. This could be a brand new person coming in. This could be somebody you already know. And maybe there's been like a break or a rest in that union or in that opportunity. Maybe they're kind of coming back around, starting fresh and releasing some burdens. But we've got the Emperor, the Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so this Knight of Pentacles offer, whatever this is, again, that feels maybe like a comfort zone, and that isn't bad, right? This is a good opportunity, and it does bring joy and celebration, right? But then we have this other opportunity that may feel a little bit more mysterious or bring up emotions, or maybe it's a connection you don't fully understand, but it feels really strong, all right? Because we've got the Emperor, the Empress, and the Wheel of Fortune. Right, so that's a really, I mean, I don't know what else to say, right? This could be a destined union, a destined partnership. Emperor and Empress is obviously a match. It's like all the kings, all the queens, right? So following your heart seems like a really great choice. And with this Fool at the top, right, look at that satchel. That's you kind of peeking over the edge, like, should I or shouldn't I? But your heart is calling you towards something. Inside that satchel are all the tools that the magician has. That's what's coming next. Like manifesting this amazing future, this amazing partnership that has an opportunity to be successful. Yeah, all right. So, wow, that feels really powerful so far. So again, If you don't already have either two different people, two different opportunities, they don't necessarily have to be like two people want to date you and are asking you to marry you or something like that. Does that happen? But you know, like I said, it could be a job and a person, but one might need to bring you in a different direction, you know, than what you were already doing or planning or what felt safe or secure. Yeah, okay. And again, that's up to you to decide. You get to choose what you do, where you go, how you move forward. Right? But everything feels like it wants to get you out of kind of this burdensome energy, maybe even overthinking. I'm getting a little bit with that. Or just letting all of this even kind of pass you by. You don't want to get to like the wise old sage, right? Towards the elder years, and realize you didn't take any of these opportunities, or that maybe you played a little bit too small and a little bit too safe. Okay, so let's see what wants to come out here. One with your internal environment. 7 of Pentacles. So it's just talking about choosing or maybe not choosing. This one, it looks like she's waiting a little bit. There are quite a few pentacles up in these different jars. Maybe she's mixed up a few different potions or put out a few different intentions, planted some seeds, and now there's this waiting. Is there patience? I'm not really sure. Right, that sort of like watching paint dry or watched pot never boils or whatever that old phrase is. You're just kind of wondering and waiting is what I'm getting with this card. Right, when is that pentacle going to show up? When is that going to happen? It seems like those offers are coming in. Maybe this one is one that you expect. And then this Knight of Cups, right? Whatever or whoever this is comes in and kind of throws things for a wrench. So maybe you are sort of waiting for this Knight of Pentacles offer. Maybe that's what you've kind of been thinking about and had what you thought you wanted until maybe something else comes in and shakes it up a little bit. All right, let's see. So external environment, ooh, Judgment. Some kind of awakening. Again, so this could be like I said, maybe there's a friend that suddenly realizes they have feelings for you, or maybe there is this relationship opportunity, person from the past where that was put on pause or went away, and that even comes back around and they have some sort of awakening. Yeah, this could also be just some sort of realization, it seems like, with this card. This could even be a spiritual union or some sort of really divine feeling connection. I feel like this is associated more with this Knight of Cups. Right, so whatever this is, this might bring this person towards you, or this offer towards you. Or again, if this is you having this realization, this could all be internal as well, right? Going from just what you've always known and being stable to maybe having some new information or downloads coming in. And again, this is now like this awakening. It's all like you're seeing it now in the external as well. It's starting to make a little bit more sense. And it might even kind of jolt you out of this energy. All right, let's see here. Hopes and fears. Three of Wands. All right, that looks like more waiting. A little bit boredom. He might even be a little bit disappointed or sad. Right, both of these figures look like they're in a little bit of the doldrums. All right, but the Three of Wands, so you might be afraid that you're going to be sitting around waiting forever, or that these seeds that you did plant and that you have been patient about, that nothing's ever going to happen or it's not coming in. Let's get one more with this. This could be about communication or these offers that we're talking about. So I feel like this hasn't quite happened yet, or you're not really realizing. You're just sort of in this waiting period right now, and resting. Yeah, justice came out. And it did flip out, I think, kind of in reverse. I was kind of manhandling it a little bit there. All right, let me get a look at this. Okay, so your hope is for justice and fairness, for some sort of awakening and aha moment. Like, this is what you're waiting for. But you're also afraid that that's not going to happen, or that the scales won't be reset, or that things aren't going to be fair. Maybe you just feel like things have not been going in your favor. Or you've always had to put in a lot of effort, energy, and work, and not really seeing any of that success or those rewards. All right, but something is shaking up. Something's going to change. I think Cancer season is going to be pivotal potentially here. All right, let's get one for the outcome. Shuffle that one more time. All right, let's see here. Potential outcome with this energy. What just happened here? Ooh, we got two. All right, 6 of Wands was the one that had flipped over, and Knight of Swords. All right, so we've got another Knight. Potential outcome here. Let me just see. All right, and that could even be, maybe even it's a third person coming in, or there's another sort of offer comes like sweeping in at the last moment, or charging in. Maybe you've got different opportunities fighting over you. Right, even at a career, this could be different departments wanting you. I used to have a job that I ended up leaving, even though it would have been a good choice to stay. That's probably why this is coming to mind. This was years and years ago. Yeah, like 10 years ago, something like that. You know, it paid more money than the job I was actually going back to. They had made me kind of a different offer, and some things had changed at that place. But, you know, this company, they had, you know, offered me, you know, the cap of the salary and all these different things. And then there was like another person from another department had come in and was like, we actually want you to work in our department, and, you know, we think you'd be great here, you know. And then I had this other offer, you know, that I had experience with actually. So I knew somewhat what to expect, but it did just feel at that time like the right way to go, and where I was being nudged to, even though it wasn't quite as lucrative at first. So yeah, that's coming to mind as well. And maybe that's even happened to you, and this maybe has something to do with that, or even that might be shifting a little bit. Right, as I bring up that situation, you know, I'm looking to shift out of that now. I've had more of an awakening. I've put in a lot of work and time and effort. Not necessarily seeing the fairness or the results of, you know, all that I can offer and put in. Anyway, enough about me. All right, but with this Knight of Swords, so again, that could be a third person coming in. This definitely could have to do with love and partnership, some sort of union, whether that's romantic or not. Definitely feels like part of it could be, but maybe not all of it. This could also, again, then be you just taking charge. Like, the outcome is you kind of getting clarity, moving forward, making a decision, right? And kind of taking charge instead of maybe just letting time pass by, growing old and not letting anything happen. All right, and then with this also came out the 6 of Wands, which is also at the bottom of the Witch deck. All right, so 6 of Wands is about victory and success. Right, there's like a parade and cheering going on. There's lots of confetti. Right, everyone is like super excited. He's cloaked in all blue, so this does feel like some sort of expression is shared or made. And then there's this sort of like monster head in this bubble. All right, let's get one more with that. But yeah, something, I mean, the outcome is successful. Right, maybe you tackle kind of whatever this monster is with, you know, inside this bubble. That could be letting fear make your choices. That could be staying in situations, right, where things aren't fair or aren't feeling successful for you. This could be, right, just getting out of stagnancy. All right, let's get one more to sum it up. Yeah, but pushing past fears, pushing past anxiety. With that Nine of Swords had been at the bottom of the deck. Here's the Magician. I was talking about you have all those tools. All right. Yeah, something new and exciting. Moving away from any kind of heartbreak or just, you know, pain. This can be caused by people and relationships. Again, it can just be time and situations where people don't see you or notice your value like you do. Right, just with all those sort of papers. Maybe there's a resignation or something like that. Because the Hermit knows his worth. He has all this wisdom. Yeah, you're moving in a direction that's best for yourself. There's a lot of people involved here in this situation. We have a bunch of knights, right? We've got a potential offer that is destiny, Emperor and Empress right there. Right, but that might feel a little bit more mysterious. It does seem like it's some sort of divine or spiritual sort of connection or calling. Again, this could be a path that you start to walk down, a person you start to spend time with. But yeah, moving past heartbreak, moving out of things being unfair. Right, even if you realize things don't change and you're still sitting around waiting, you end up finding success by taking care of yourself and moving forward. Okay, Cancer season feels really strong, but a couple offers coming in, maybe even up to 3. I don't know, I'd love to hear if this happens for you or what this might be, or if you already know how this fits for you. But definitely success is there for you when you follow your own heart, right? Work on your own healing and just make choices. Again, maybe you've got a couple of people kind of chasing after you and wanting you, but making choices, right, with your internal wisdom, with your heart space. All right, very cool. All right, so that's what we've got for the Cancer season reading. Again, I hope there was something here for you. And until next time, peace.